Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you 9 hidden iPhone features and tricks that you might not be using yet. Even if you've been using an iPhone for years, there are some really useful features hidden inside the system that can make your phone much easier and faster to use. We're talking about things like measuring objects with your iPhone, scanning documents without a scanner, taking screenshots by tapping the back of your phone, copying tiny text from photos, customizing your flashlight, creating keyboard shortcuts, stopping annoying unknown calls, sharing your location, and customizing the control center. So if you want to get more out of your iPhone, make sure you watch until the end, because the last few tricks are especially useful. Let's jump right in. Trick number 1, use your iPhone as a level and measuring tool. The first hidden feature I want to show you is the Measure app. You may already have this app installed on your iPhone, but you might not realize that it can actually do more than simply measure distances. To find it quickly, swipe down on your iPhone to open Search and type Measure. You can also swipe all the way over to the app library and search for Measure there. Once you open the app, you'll see that there are different tools available. One of them is the level. Tap on Level, and your iPhone basically becomes a digital level. For example, if you're hanging a picture on the wall and you're not sure whether it's perfectly straight, you can place your iPhone against it. You'll see the level indicator change as you tilt your phone. When the phone is perfectly level, you'll be able to see that it's lined up correctly. This can be really useful when you're hanging pictures, installing something, or simply trying to make sure an object is straight. Of course, it isn't necessarily going to replace a professional bubble level for every situation, but it's a really convenient tool to have with you because your iPhone is already in your pocket. But that's not all. Go back to the Measure option, and you can also use your iPhone's camera to measure the distance between 2 points. Simply point your camera at the object you're trying to measure. Once the iPhone recognizes the area, you can tap the plus button to set your starting point. Then move your iPhone across to the other point and tap the plus button again. Your iPhone will calculate the distance between those 2 points. You can also take a screenshot of the measurement, delete the measurement, or start over. So the next time you need to quickly measure something, you may not need to search for a measuring tape. Your iPhone might already have the tool you need. Trick number 2, scan documents without a scanner. The second trick is extremely useful if you regularly deal with documents. You don't need a printer or an expensive scanner to turn a physical document into a digital PDF. Your iPhone can do it for you. Start by opening the Notes app. Create a new note by tapping the button in the bottom corner. Inside the note, look for the paperclip or attachment button. Tap on it and you'll see an option to scan documents. Tap that option. Now simply hold your iPhone over the document you want to scan. Try to keep the entire document inside the camera's view. Your iPhone can automatically recognize the edges of the document and capture it. Once it's captured, tap the preview in the bottom corner. You'll be able to see the scanned document. If the crop isn't exactly right, you can adjust it. You can also make additional adjustments before saving it. Once you're happy with the result, tap the check mark. Now your document has been scanned directly into your note. The great thing is that you can then share it with someone. You can send it through messages, email it, airdrop it, or save it to your files. And instead of carrying around the physical document or using a scanner, you've basically turned your iPhone into a portable document scanner. This is especially useful for receipts, forms, notes, pages, or other documents that you want to keep digitally. Trick number 3, take a screenshot by tapping the back of your iPhone. Here's a feature that a lot of people don't use. You can actually tap the back of your iPhone to perform an action. It's called Back Tap. To set it up, open the Settings app. Then go to Accessibility. From there, tap Touch. Scroll all the way down until you see Back Tap. Tap on it. You'll see 2 options, Double Tap and Triple Tap. This means you can configure one action when you tap the back of your iPhone twice and another action when you tap it 3 times. For example, you could set Double Tap to take a screenshot. So select Double Tap and then choose Screenshot. Now, whenever you tap the back of your iPhone twice, it can take a screenshot. You can also assign other actions depending on what you need. For example, you can use Back Tap for things like going to the home screen, turning on the flashlight, adjusting volume, or using Siri. It's a really convenient shortcut because you don't have to reach for buttons or open the control center every time. One thing to keep in mind is that Back Tap can sometimes activate accidentally. For example, if your phone is inside a bag or you're carrying it in a way that causes repeated taps, it could trigger the action. So I recommend choosing an action that isn't going to cause problems if it accidentally activates. Screenshot is a pretty harmless option, but once you get used to back tap, it can become one of the fastest shortcuts on your iPhone. Trick number 4. Copy tiny text from a photo. Here's another feature that can save you a lot of time. Let's say you're looking at a label, appliance, product, package, or something else with extremely small text. Maybe the model number is so tiny that you can barely read it. Instead of struggling to read it directly, simply take a photo. Once you've taken the picture, open it in your Photos app. You can zoom in to make the text easier to see. But here's the really useful part. If your iPhone recognizes the text inside the photo, you can press and hold on the text. Your iPhone will recognize it as text, and you'll be able to select and copy it. Now you can paste that text somewhere else. For example, if you're looking at a model number on an appliance, you can take a picture, zoom in, select the model number, copy it, and paste it directly into a web browser. You don't have to manually type every character. This can be especially helpful when you're dealing with tiny labels, serial numbers, product names, or other information that's difficult to type. So whenever you see small text that you need to use somewhere else, remember this trick. Take a picture, zoom in, press and hold the text, and copy it. It's much faster than typing everything manually. Trick number 5. Customize your iPhone flashlight. Now let's talk about the flashlight. Most people know how to turn the iPhone flashlight on and off. But you can also adjust how the flashlight works. Swipe down from the top right corner of your iPhone to open the control center. Then tap the flashlight. Once it's turned on, press and hold the flashlight control. You'll get additional controls. You can adjust the brightness by moving your finger up or down. So if the flashlight is too bright, you can lower the intensity. If you need more light, increase it. But there's another interesting control. You can also adjust the width of the flashlight beam. Move your finger horizontally, and you can make the beam narrower or wider. A narrow beam can be useful when you want to focus the light on one specific area. A wider beam can be better when you're trying to illuminate a larger area. So instead of simply turning the flashlight on and off, you can actually adjust how it behaves depending on what you're doing. It's a small feature, but once you know about it, it can be surprisingly useful. Trick number 6. Create your own keyboard shortcuts. The next trick can save you a huge amount of typing. Your iPhone lets you create custom keyboard shortcuts. Let's say there's something you type all the time. Maybe it's your email address, phone number, home address, or a phrase that you regularly send. Instead of typing the entire thing every time, you can create a short shortcut. Open Settings, go to General. Then scroll down and tap Keyboard. Look for Text Replacement. Tap the plus button in the top right corner. You'll see 2 fields. The first one is the phrase. This is what you want your iPhone to type for you. The second one is the shortcut. This is the short combination of letters that you'll type. For example, you could make the phrase your phone number and use a short shortcut such as T-cell. Save it. Now open Notes or Messages and type that shortcut. Your iPhone will suggest the full phrase. Tap the suggestion or press the spacebar, and it will automatically insert the full phrase. This can be incredibly useful. You could create a shortcut for your email address, another one for your home address, another for a commonly used sentence. You can even use it if your iPhone keeps incorrectly autocorrecting your name or another word. Create a text replacement and your phone can automatically use the correct version. Once you create a few useful shortcuts, you'll be surprised how much faster you can type. Trick number 7. Stop annoying unknown calls. If you're constantly receiving spam calls from numbers you don't recognize, this next feature can help. Open Settings, scroll down and tap Apps, then find Phone. Inside the phone settings, look for the options related to unknown callers. You can enable Silence Unknown Callers. When this is enabled, calls from unknown numbers won't constantly interrupt you. Those calls can still appear in your call history, and callers can still leave a voicemail, so you're not necessarily losing the information. You're simply preventing unknown callers from constantly ringing your phone. There's also an option related to screening unknown callers. Depending on the available options on your iPhone, you can choose how unknown callers are handled. For example, you can have the phone ask the caller why they're calling before you decide whether to answer. This can be useful because legitimate callers can explain who they are, while automated spam calls may not respond appropriately. If you receive a lot of unwanted calls every day, this is definitely a setting worth checking. Trick number 8. Quickly share your location. The next trick is useful whenever you're meeting someone somewhere. Let's say you're at a parking lot, coffee shop, intersection, or another location and someone can't find you. Instead of trying to describe exactly where you are, you can share your current location. Open the Messages app. Open the conversation with the person you want to share your location with. Tap the plus button next to the message field, then choose Location. Your iPhone can pull up your current location and give you the option to share it. You can choose how long you want to share your location, depending on the available options. For example, you may choose to share it for an hour, until the end of the day, or indefinitely. This can make meeting someone much easier because they don't have to guess which entrance you're standing near or which parking area you're in. They can simply use the shared location to find you. Just remember to only share your location with people you trust, and choose the sharing duration that makes sense for the situation. Trick number 9. Supercharge your control center. And finally, let's talk about one of the most useful areas on your iPhone, the control center. Swipe down from the top right corner of your iPhone. You'll see a collection of controls that let you quickly access different features. But you don't have to leave it exactly as it is. You can customize it. Tap the plus button in the top left corner and choose Add a Control. Now you'll see a large selection of controls that you can add. Depending on your iPhone and installed apps, you may find controls for things like timers, alarms, text size, QR code scanning, brightness, airplane mode, and more. Some apps can also provide their own controls or shortcuts. So instead of constantly opening different apps or digging through settings, you can put the features you use most directly into the control center. For example, if you frequently use a timer, add the timer control. If you regularly scan QR codes, you can add that. If there's a control you use every day, put it somewhere that's easy for you to access. The whole idea is to make your iPhone work the way you want it to. Take a few minutes to look through the available controls and remove anything you never use. Then add the shortcuts that you actually need. That way, when you swipe down from the top right corner, you'll have quick access to the features you use the most. And there you have it, 9 hidden iPhone features that can make your iPhone much more useful and easier to use. We covered the Measure app, scanning documents, back tap, copying text from photos, customizing the flashlight, keyboard shortcuts, silencing unknown callers, sharing your location, and customizing the control center. The best part is that you don't need to download a bunch of third-party apps to use many of these features. They're already built into your iPhone. So if you learned at least one new trick in this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more iPhone tips, tricks, and tutorials. And let me know in the comments which one of these features you didn't know about before watching this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.